Ann McGlynn on the Loose TV, and we are here at the Rorschach Art Gallery. I interviewed one owner, and here is the other owner. And could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brian Mahovitz, and I'm an owner of Rorschach Gallery and Tattoo Studio.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we also have a friend here. We have a client and a very good friend. And can you introduce yourself?
Alex Santos.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Having lots of fun?
Oh, yeah.
Did you win any door prizes?
I have not.
You have not, but
No.
I'm sure you ate plenty.
Oh, I ate. I'm good with that. I'm okay.
Wonderful. So now I want to ask you a couple of questions, but and one of the questions that I have in mind are, what are some of the questions your clients ask right before the big moment? You know what that big moment is, right?
Yeah, well, usually it's they want to make sure everything is opened up or you're fresh for them, which our shop in particular is 100% disposable. We don't even use an autoclave because we don't need it. Everything gets disposed of right on the spot after we're done tattooing. The second question, which I always find is after you start. The client usually goes, how long have you been doing this? There's something you would want to normally ask the artist before you start getting your tattoo done. And I usually play along like, oh, this is my first one. And then their eyes light up and get all kind of crazy. And I'm like, just kidding, I've been doing it 9 years and this and that. And then we go back to like a laughing matter. But that's pretty much usually that. Or then I would say one other question that you usually get is, what's the weirdest tattoo you've done, kind of thing. So, but other than that, that's pretty much the questions that you get.
And besides what is the most weirdest tattoo, what is the most common tattoo these days?
Most common tattoo nowadays is, which is very mainstream, is like the nautical stars, script lettering down the side, stuff like that. It's usually is most common stuff.
It's sort of like Miss America, was it Miss Nevada, that showed off her tattoos on her midriff?
In your midriff, yeah, it's very popular. Everybody is very into like nowadays the music scene is very popular, so everybody is doing the quotes from different particular artists and stuff like that. So, which we do everything. We're a very big custom shop, so we'll pretty much draw anything that you want. So we pretty much do everything.
Right. And how do you recommend to people that live in different areas? Obviously, people from across the country are not going to come all the way here to Edison, New Jersey to get a tattoo. So what would your best advice be for people living throughout the country? Obviously, many people are going to be watching this video. What is your advice to them, what to look for in a tattoo shop?
What you want to do is, first off, is presentation. Take a look inside the studio, see how the people treat you when you walk in the door. To me, customer relations is number one. You want to make that person feel like they are the most important person, which they are when they come into your store, because they are providing my family the food on the table. Second thing you need to look for is their portfolios. Take a look at what kind of work they do. You kind of find out how an artist, how his work looks by looking through that. And then also a lot of stuff is take a look at. So say you found somebody, okay, I kind of like his work. Do a Google search, see if you can find anything else on him. Also see if you can find anybody, if they can refer you, like, hey, check out like Alex. I tattooed this on him, I did that on him, and then they can see the work for themselves. So we're very big on letting the work show for itself. And as long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. We want to make everybody happy.
And you're happy, right? And did you get all your tattoos from this wonderful artist?
Not all of them, but most of the sleeve, definitely. Was
wonderful, wonderful. When did you start tattooing up?
18 started.
Well, if you tell me how many years ago that was, then you'd be divulging your age. Do you really want to do that?
I mean,
you look young, so you can do that.
I'm only 22.
Oh my gosh.
I got my first tattoo when I was 19. 2 days later, I got my second one. A week later, I got my third. I met Brian and Danny, and ever since then, they've been my guys.
It's been sold, sealed, and delivered. So wonderful. Now, as far as cleanliness is concerned, I want to emphasize that because I can't emphasize that enough. People are looking for places that they can go to that are safe, that are clean, reputable. So tell me a little bit about your sterilization processes. How do you go about sterilizing the materials, the needles, etc.? Well,
That's where I was going back to the 100% disposable. The tubes that you would normally reuse, we don't. We use plastic. They're plastic. They get thrown right in the garbage after we're done. The needles are already sterilized. They come prepackaged, and they're one-time use only. So they also go into a sharps container when we're done. All the ink is set up into individual caps, and they're again only set up for one-time use. So there's really no. Our shop, which there's not. I mean, there's other shops around that do it, but our shop in particular, you know, we don't have to have any sterilization because it's all going. We're never reusing anything.
How is the technology behind tattooing improved?
The machine qualities have come a long way. I mean, way back since, you know, like ancestor times when they used to tap on, they still do it actually because I want to get a piece done like that. But they use whalebone and tatau is like they tap it. It's when they tap it into the skin. The Mallory's and stuff like that, and over in Japan and stuff, they still do that. And there's some artists here that still do it. So that was how it started, and then they came out with coil machines, which is like a magnetic coil, which runs off a 12-volt power supply, and then the machine goes up and down. And from there, now they also have rotary machines, which are nowadays what we have are they're like motor bolts that screw into the back of the machine. And what happens is the motor spins around, which then in turn makes the armature bar go up and down, which makes the needle go up and down.
How can you guarantee a client that they're not going to acquire some sort of allergy to, like, maybe the metals? Or do metals still exist within the dyes?
Inside the inks, our studio, we use inks that are made and designed for tattoo artists. It's all top of the line stuff. Unfortunately, the FDA does not certify any tattoo ink, but the quality of the ink has come so far from where it was, and we don't skimp out on anything. You know, we use top of the line stuff, Eternal inks, Alla Prima inks, Waverly, stuff like that. It's all top of the line stuff. They have, I believe it's the Alla Primas that I have are considered to be like a organic or a vegan-friendly tattoo pigment. So it's all in quality, really. Like the blacks that we use aren't going to be like you see people with the blue tattoo, which faded green. You're going to go 10 years, 15 years, that tattoo's still going to be black. You know what I mean? The outline.
It's not going to fade.
No, it's only, and a big thing too is if you're out in the sun, if you put some sunblock on it, it helps it last a lot longer.
Great advice. Anything else? Any last words?
Just come check out the shop. We've got a great crew, and if you're not into tattooing, we have a 700 square foot art gallery upstairs. We're also looking for artists that are in the area, local, outside of the state, in the tri-state area. You want to display your stuff on consignment at the shop, you're more than welcome to bring it down, and we'd be happy to have other artists and everything. I mean,
can't wait to see that website when you have it created.
It's actually in the process of creating. We are on Facebook and we are on Instagram. Facebook is Rorschack Gallery LLC, and Instagram is at Rorschack Gallery.
Very nice meeting you once again. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Too. And McGlynn on the Loose TV.